Hello, everybody, and welcome into the WTNH weather/sports studios. You got the Sports Edge monitors up here, back here. My name is Kels Dayton. I'm the executive producer of SportsEdge.com, and this is the Sports Edge High School Football Championship Preview, and we're going to take you through all the games, Class S through Class L, game changes, times of changes in the game. So, going to be very interesting to see what happens. Be sure to watch to see where to go for your games and what's going to happen in the games as well. So let's take a look. Start off with the Class S championship game. Number 4 Woodland taking on number 2 Ansonia. Ansonia heading into this game at 13-0. It says 11-0 there. That's their regular season record. 13-0, of course, going for 3 straight undefeated seasons now. The state's all-time leading rusher in Arkell Newsom. Of course, the big thing to stop when you're playing the Ansonia Chargers, and back-to-back 7 touchdown games he has had in these playoffs. He put up 492 yards against Coggins. Maybe the only concern in this game for Ansonia is their defense. Woodland's Tanner Kingsley is the all-time state leader in touchdown passes, and he passed that mark in the Bloomfield game that Woodland played in the semifinals. This is a rematch of the NBL championship game, which Ansonia won. Woodland also has a great defense, and defense and passing, really, it's going to be the key for Woodland there. And that game basically is going to be a clash between 2 styles. Woodland likes to pass the ball. Ansonia, of course, with their great running game, great running back, love to run the ball. I think it's going to be interesting because the weather conditions are calling for snow in that game, and it could be favoring Ansonia because obviously when you got such a great running attack, that could mean a lot in that game. Moving on now to the Class L championship game between number 1 Darien, 13-1 after the playoffs, heading in here, and Darien, of course, beat New Canaan on Thanksgiving in a thriller. That game was one of the best games of the season that we've seen so far, and I think if Darien gets that done again, I think this game is going to be a great game again for both teams. I think Darien has a chance again to knock off New Canaan. That was New Canaan's only loss of the season, as you can see right there. New Canaan comes into this game. Their quarterback, Nick Cassione, has been outstanding all season long. Been a great player for them. And obviously out of that FCIAC has had a lot of success here in the playoffs. The team started out 3-0 through the first 3 games of the tournament, and Cassione has been absolutely outstanding. This New Canaan team hammered Farmington 46-0 in the quarterfinals, so that should be really interesting to see what they do in the rematch against Darien. And take note, up there on your right-hand corner of your screen, 2:05 p.m. That's the start time in this game in Boylefield in Stamford. So that game, of course, is going to be very interesting, and they moved it up because of the snow. The next game we're taking a look at, the Class M championship game between Brookfield. Brookfield has been on a heck of a run here. They've done a great job to get to 12-3 in this championship game. They've got a great running game in Bobby Drysdale, 1,751 yards, 23 touchdowns on the season. They escaped with a 22-21 win over Bethel in the quarters, scored with under a minute to play in the semifinals to upset top-seeded Valley Regional. An outstanding Brookfield team, and I think if the weather is a factor in this game, you could look for Brookfield to run the ball much more. But unfortunately for them, they're going up against one of the best offenses in the state, taking on number 2 St. Joseph's. It was ridiculous what St. Joseph's did in those 2 games. They're just schooling kids right now. Scored 146 points in those 2 games, the 2 playoff games against Ledyard, and then in the semifinal game as they advance to the championship, 13-2 St. Joseph. Mufasa Abdul Basir is how they say it in America. 2,268 yards, 324 yards, and 5 touchdowns in the quarterfinals. And he is questionable for this game, but I don't know with that incredible offense if St. Joseph can't just move right on in this game and get the W. And then the Class L final, of course, the one everyone is looking forward to at 1:35 p.m. on Saturday at a Root Field at the campus of Central Connecticut State. Game time had to be moved back a little bit. Number 4 Southington came in 10-1 in the regular season, 12-1 right now. Stephen Barmore leads an explosive offense from Southington. He's been a great player all season long. Defense has played really well as well. They've given up just 14 points to NFA in the first round game. So they reached the championship game, shutting out Ridgefield 45-0 in the semifinals. And then Fairfield Prep, Colton Smith, the dual threat quarterback, they've got a lot of threats on that offense. A lot of great players on that side of the ball for them. Outshot West Haven 29-28 in an offensive showdown in the semifinals. And this could be a Cinderella story for Coach Tom Shea. Worst to first, basically, in a few years if he gets it done at Fairfield Prep. I know everyone will be very excited for what's going on there. And I know you're very excited to have watched such a great high school football championship preview show. Enjoy the games, everybody. We'll be here. Plenty of updates on SportsEdge.com. Of course, all your highlights, all your reaction from post-game, with interviews, everything you could want, everything you could ever dream of on SportsEdge.com. And, of course, the monitors right here as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Kels Dayton. We'll see you next time.